I've made it. I've made it. Hello, Facebook. Good to see you. I hope you're having a fabulous day, a fabulous 28th of March, almost in April. Can't believe it. Can you believe it? This year is just flying by so quickly. Yes. Oh, it's just phenomenal how quick it's passing us by, hey? I've jumped in, trying to say both. Hello, whoever's joined me, please pop your name in the comment or just say hello in the comments so I can greet you. Yeah, hello, Delucy. Hello, Tyler. Yeah, just can't believe how quickly this year's flown by, hey? So quick. April in a couple of days. Amazing. Yes, so glad that you're all here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Jill. Hello, Leanne. Hi, everyone. Alicia, hello. Hello, Holly. Andrea, hello. Amanda, hi. Good to see you. It's great to see everyone. Hello, Instagram. Nice to see you. Deborah, hello. Cheryl, hello. Good to see you. Tash, hi. Hi, Deborah. Yeah, oh, it's so good to see everyone. Hello, Nicole on Instagram. Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Oh, look, so many people jumping on. Thrilled. Hope you're having an amazing day. I just joined a fitness thing. It all kind of happened very quickly. I sort of knew I was being sold to. I knew that's what was going to happen. I just didn't realize I was going to say yes. I felt really annoyed, but then I thought, I just really need this. So I should be in 12 weeks. I'll be shrunken. I should be stronger too. I hope I haven't got food in my teeth again. I don't think I have. I should be stronger as well. I'm going to lift. Lifting makes me spew. It makes me sick. Don't know about you. Running, I don't feel so sickly, but when I lift, it's just a disgusting feeling. It makes me want to chuck. I'm going to have to get used to it because I need to build some muscle. Yeah, so I'm sort of getting some visceral fat around like the good parts, my organs. Not much. Like at the very beginning, we did like a body composition thing. That was a bit horrifying. Not sure I want to do that again, but I have to do one every week now. All accountable. Body composition, this and that. I used to be really fit. I've just decided that I want to get fit before I turn 50. Like I want to be looking good. I want to be looking. It's actually more than just looking good, but I do want to look good. Of course, I want to look good. We all want to look hot, don't we? We all want to look good. But yeah, it's more than that. Oh, hi, Megan. I wish that was the problem for me. You're the opposite. Yeah, I wish I could put on weight. Take off. I wish it was an issue, me putting on weight, but it's definitely not an issue. I love eating. Who loves eating? Love it. Who loves chocolate? Who loves chips? That's the problem. Chips, chocolate, salt and vinegar crisps, all that stuff. Bread. Love me a good bread with a slab of butter on it. So good. It's got, 15 years to go, Kayla? No, 2 more years and I'll be 50. 40. I'm going to turn 49 this year. It is what it is. You get what you get. But I need to get fit. I need to get fit again. They're trying to talk me out of running. I used to run all the time, but they're trying to talk me out of running now. So anyway, okay, good to see everyone here. So, yeah, Chip Buddy, fuck, they're good too. Yes, you keep posting all these yummy foods, Kayla, as well. I keep seeing your food posts and going, oh, that's good. I wouldn't mind a bit of that. Drooling. I had to unfollow a load of foodie posts for a while there because I was just as constantly hungry because I had all these beautiful foodie posts in my news feed, and it was just unhelpful. It's just not helpful, is it? Looking at those yummy foods and, it's not helpful. Anyway, okay, yes, I'm a food lover too. That's why I need to go on a diet. Anyway, so, we all love them, Jill. I know, we can't help. Jill said we all love the naughty foods. I know, it's too, you've got to eat the cake. Life is about eating the cake as well, right? So you've got to be sensible about it too. You need the cake. You've got to have a bit of pleasure. Christ, I need to have a bit of oil or something on my salad, a little bit of olive oil or something. Yeah, yes. Anyway, that's enough about weight, isn't it? So, okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Marina Lovas, And I refer to myself as your soul purpose mentor, and I support intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs to monetize their passion to purpose. Oh, that was a mouthful. Creating programs and services that sell out. So at the moment, I've got this Wednesday, we start. So my 7-month program has officially turned into a 9-month program. So it's 9 months, you, me, and a very small select group of women. And I'm going to take you on a tarot journey. It's a psychotherapeutic journey. You're going to learn psychotherapy. You will learn counseling 101. You will learn Jungian psychology. You will learn all the psychological applications or the psychological meanings of the cards. That's upside down, like justice. You will learn all about the mythology of the cards. And of course, by the end of the course, you'll be a very competent professional tarot therapist. It really is an amazing course. People are having life-changing experiences on the course. I've only got 2 seats available. The link is here. I'll pop the link in here. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from COVID. There's the link. We start this Wednesday. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, because I'm running 3 of these courses, and now that they're 9 months, I don't know whether I'll run another one this year, just because, well, we're already in April. So this is going to push these courses out, which means the next one's likely to be 2023. So I'm being completely honest with you. So if you want to jump in, now is the time. And yeah, there is an easy pay there as well, or private message me if you've got some questions. I'm not going to try and sell it at you if you private message me, because you've got to want to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with me for 9 months, which will be fun. But yeah, you've got to like me. We've got to connect. So don't, please, like if you're truly interested, don't wait, because I don't know when. I actually don't know. I don't think I'll run another one this year. So that's there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, thanks, Morgan. I appreciate. Morgan said it's a brilliant program. Morgan's done it twice. She loved it so much. She did it twice. We do a lot more experiential work now that it's 9 months. We have these gaps where we actually practice all of the psychotherapeutic work with each other. And it's just, yeah, it's been really good. Just loving it. The girls have been loving it. I'm thrilled with the outcome. It's given them so much more confidence to go out there and practice, best practice, right intention, best practice, moving away from fortune telling into the realm of tarot psychology and tarot therapy. So, right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do an energy report for this week. So this energy report, your spirit team, my spirit team, your higher self, my higher self, all working in sacred collaboration together. And I put my hand up to do the energy report for us. Love doing it. Love it so much. So I'll pick 3 cards. If anything resonates for you in those cards, take it. It's because it's meant for you. If it's feeling like it's talking to you, like soak it in, take in the information. After I've done the energy report, then I'm going to do some readings for everyone. And yes, just, I don't mind questions. Ask me some questions. That's fine. I don't really like answering health questions. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Facebook Live is the right place for those sorts of questions. You might want to go to a practitioner that specializes in that area. My background's in psychology, counseling, obviously the intuitive arts, business mentoring. You can ask me any questions around business. Love answering questions around that. Love life, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Hello, Veronica. Lovely to see you. Hi, Jason. Oh, Jason, bless your heart. Jason just shared. I really appreciate that, Jason. Thank you so much. Okay, have a pineapple for your health after COVID. Oh, will it? Pineapple? Yes, I'll do that. I've been eating oranges. I've been having oranges, but the cough's just still lingering, hey? It's just lingering. Okay, I want to do our reading now. Let's start, shall we? Get me rubbing my hands together. I'm hoping for something really good. Yes, I am hoping for something good because, I've just made a big investment myself into my health, which is, is that really? That's never a mistake, is it? Right. Okay. First, and we couldn't get a more perfect card, just me from saying that. So I'll show you this card. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here. So, okay, Pentacles represents, you should see, I wish I could show you. The sunset's absolutely gorgeous through my window right now. It's so beautiful. I live on the coast. and I can watch the sunset every night. It's just absolutely stunning. The whole sky is gold. It's just beautiful. Anyway, okay, moving on. So, yeah, so the Pentacles are all about, they're all about resources, time, energy, money, love, how you invest your resources in yourself and in others. Now, it is ruled by the earth element is a feminine element. It's not really a masculine element. And in this card, we see the Queen of Pentacles. Here she is. This queen represents Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. And, Venus is the planet of love, right? But this card represents self-love in the context of pleasure, of self-care. Taurian energy is all about the body. It's all about self-worth. It's about how we take care of our body, how we pleasure our body. There is kind of, I guess to some extent, you could read this card from a sort of hedonistic perspective, but I'm not going to read it from that perspective tonight. I feel this card is all about radical self-worth. Are you willing? Are you willing to invest in you? This is the question that one might ask themselves with this card. How willing or how much are you willing to invest in your own health, your passions, what are you willing to invest in that's going to bring pleasure in your life? You can see here she's a full-figured woman. She's definitely eating the cake, right? She's not denying herself of the bounties that the earth has to offer us. She's not denying herself pleasure. And that's part of the message this week, is that we've got to open our hearts and our minds and our bodies to pleasurable experiences, to fill our own cup. So it's not necessarily about going on a strict diet. It's not necessarily about, all of a sudden cutting calories or going into this massive health kick and exercising. This is about self-pleasure. It's about investing your time, your energy, your money, and your resources into you, doing what you love, investing into quality over quantity. Do you allow yourself to have the best? This is what this card is about. It's about giving yourself the best. In the story, her name is Queen Omphale. Omphale is a Greek word for navel. In the story, she went to market and she saw Hercules. He was being sold as a slave. And she saw him at the market and she thought, he's hot. I want him. I don't want him as a fighter. I'm going to purchase him as a lover. And so that's what she did. And she paid a good price for him. The guy who was selling him wasn't willing to give him away at any cheap price. She had to invest her resources, and she invested in him. The message with this card, it's not really about how much something costs. It's not really about that. It's about choosing value, choosing to value yourself, choosing experiences that are going to give you this sense of self-worth, radical self-worth, like letting yourself have what you truly deserve. So she bought him as a lover, and they used to cross-dress, and she was, she had the whip out. They were having a good time. And Omphale was all about that. It was about pleasure. Where are you denying yourself pleasure? This might be a question that you want to ask yourself this week. Where have I been denying myself pleasure? Where are you not allowing yourself to feel, to get in touch with your senses? And yes, this is a sexual card. This is about your sexuality as well. Have you been denying yourself of your own sexuality? Are you holding out on yourself? Are you open? Are you open to your own to your own sensuality? This is the week to get your beautiful creams out, your moisturizers, your oils. Go and get your hair done. And I know that sounds like first world and whatever, but we do live in a privileged country. We can have all these beautiful things. Go and enjoy the sunset. Open the windows. Fill your house with all the beautiful things. Fill your fridge with the food that you love. Nourish your being, nourish your senses. That's the first message for this week. Oh, I will add this. This card is also about investment, right? Investing your time, your energy, your money, and your resources into what brings you pleasure, what brings you love, what makes you feel good on the inside, what strengthens your connection to who you are. You are worth it. You are worthy of that investment. It's never a waste of money. You are not a waste of money. Christ. Oh, great cards. Yes, happy about this. We had shit cards last week, but it's really relevant. It was relevant for me anyway. Anyway, yes, this is a good card. So now we've got the sun. And this is Apollo, God Apollo. And he was a musician, as you can see. He's got his lyre there. That's what that's called, that instrument. And people would come to Apollo and they would sing their sorrows to him. And he would play his instruments and he would help them to heal. So Apollo is a healer. He's also the sun god. His light dispels all negativity or dissolves all negativity. This is a protecting card. This is your yes card. Okay, whenever this card comes up in a reading, it shines light and positivity on any decisions, any big decisions that you want to make, anything that you want to move forward on. This is your yes. Don't be afraid. Take a leap of faith and do the thing. You are worth it. You are worth it. And you will get a really good outcome. This is the promise of a good outcome. This is the energy of creativity, of the inner child. This is about waking up your inner child, your playfulness, the joy and the playfulness of your inner being. And this card, you know, he is an oracle. He is an oracle. He foretells the future, and the future is bright. So whatever you imagine in your mind about the future that you want, you can bring that into the present moment. You can start making decisions on that vision now. Apollo is an oracle. He had oracles all over Greece, and they were young women. And there used to be like two young girls, two maybe around 14, 15-year-old girls, and they would fast. They would fast, and then they would channel him, and people would come from all over Greece to have readings with his priestesses. And there was always two, because of their fasting, sometimes they used to faint. So the other one would pick up where the other one had left off. And so, you know, this is about you becoming an oracle of your own future. And whatever vision that you see for yourself is not just your imagination. It's not just your imagination, it's possible. But you have to take aligned action. You've got to value yourself enough to make it happen. Invest in yourself. Do the thing. It promises good outcomes. Okay, I don't know what the next card is. I'm scared to turn it over because we've got such beautiful cards. I don't know. I'm going to turn it over in a minute. I'm scared. I don't want this reading to be ruined. It's so lovely. Let's see what it's going to be. All right, are we ready? Are we all ready? Oh, not so bad. Okay, so it's not a bad card. But this card, the Hermit, is another major card. So we've got two major cards, the Sun and the Hermit. Both of these cards represent rites of passage, meaning the fates that are meant to play out. It is whatever you're scared to invest in, go ahead and do it. It's fated. You are meant to. It's meant to be. Don't be afraid. And yes, this is the card of seeking more meaning. This is you wanting to have more meaning in your life. Do you believe you have a purpose? That might be a question that you want to ask yourself when this card comes up. You know, do I believe that I have a purpose? What is the meaning of all of this? You know, yes, I'm going to swear. Oh, you should see the sky now. It's like so like vibrant orange. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. Anyway, so the question you might want to ask yourself is, what the fuck is this all about? Why am I doing this? What is this all about? So this is the card of the existential crisis, where you're actually trying to find meaning and purpose again. But it does require some introspection. It does require that we look within. We go, we personal reflection, looking on the inside and looking for the answers within, finding the inner sage within us, finding the answers within ourselves. This is the card of aging. Okay, so one of the questions you might want to ask yourself is, how long are you going to wait? Stop putting it on pause. You're not getting any younger. Here's me giving you a telling off. right? You're not getting any younger. It's time. Like, it's time. What are you waiting for? You know, do you want to go to, and these are some of the questions you'd ask yourself when this card comes up. Do you want to go to the grave not having done the thing that you wanted? Like, it's now or never. This is kind of the energy of this card. You're not getting any younger. And this card is about facing your mortality, that we are dying. We are dying. So what are you waiting for? Do the thing. Do the thing that you feel called to. So sometimes this card will come up when you are in a situation where you know, you instinctively know something's off, and it's like it precipitates the crisis. It's like you're questioning your reality, questioning where you're at, questioning if it's right, if you're in the right relationship, if you're in the right job, if you're really in alignment with your truth of who you really are, your authentic self, whatever that is, whatever that means. Now, these are the questions you want to ask yourself with this card. The message with this card is that time is not going to stop for you. So this is the time to start really doing that personal reflection and introspection, and start asking yourself these questions like, what am I doing? What am I really doing? Is this how you want your life to be? Because you can change this by investing in your self-worth, investing in the dreams, the visions that you have for your life. You are worth it. Invest in yourself. Invest. There you go. That's this week's reading. I don't think it could be any more clearer than that. And it's a good sign for me too, with my investing in my very expensive coaching, fitness coaching. Christ, I got scared after I left. I thought, what have I done? Oh no, now I have to get fit. But I do have some visceral fat on my body. So like starting on my organs, it's time, I think. I want to be 50 and hot. I've decided. That's what I've decided. That's what I see in my future. 50 and hot. I don't want to look 50. I don't care if I look 50. I want to look good though. I want to look good. Anyway, okay, now it's time to do some cards. This is the problem. I don't have the resources to do what I want. I want a house. I want to travel, but I don't have the money. Well, Andrea, then you've got to do things to create the money. You know, you find ways to create the money. That's what I do. I find ways to create it. I create business for myself. And yes, and to get the second job or get yourself a side hustle. You know, there are many ways. When I've done some manifesting money courses, which I have done before, one of the things that I invite my clients to do is clean out their drawers. Clean out your drawers, clean out your car, and collect all the coins. Clean out your pockets, your jacket pockets. Go and clean out a drawer. Not only is it good because it gives you this sense of mindfulness, it takes you away from the problem story, and you find treasures. You find treasures, and some of those treasures can be turned into cash as well. You can sell them. There's always a way. There is always a way. It's just whether or not you want it enough. And if you're willing, then you will find a way. Selling all the things. We live in a first world country. We've all accumulated shit in our house that's treasure for somebody else. And you can sell some of that stuff. I do that sometimes when I'm having I need some quick cash. Okay, Facebook Marketplace. Off I go. What don't I need anymore? What can I let go of? And it's good. Not only does it make space for the thing that you want, because that's what it does. It'll make space for what you actually want. But it also generates income, which is great. Okay, enough of the lecture, because that was just a lecture, wasn't it? So let me pick some cards. Okay. Excuse me. Cough, cough. All right, who's first? I think I'm going to Marilyn. Hello, Marilyn. Nice to meet you. You'd love a general reading if drawn to me, please. Sure. If anybody would like to book in for a reading, on the top of this live and in my bio in Instagram, there's a link there for readings. But if you'd like a reading, yes, releasing what doesn't spark for you anymore. That's right, Leanne. Absolutely spot on. Exactly, because it's out of alignment for who you are. Sorry, so the link is there. It's up in my bio as well. Okay, let me read for Marilyn. Let's go. Excuse me. I'm still recovering from COVID. I'm better, but I can't get rid of the cough. I'm hoping I haven't got long COVID. Anyway. Okay. Oh, interesting cards. So, Marilyn, this card tells me that you have an idea of what you want to create. This tells me that you know what you love, you know what you're destined for. It's like you do know what your purpose is, you do know what your true purpose is. You have some notion of what that is. It hasn't unfolded into its full fruition yet. Maybe we can think of the Wands cards like your life is the art. It's not necessarily just a career, but your life becomes your sole purpose. The way you produce your experience or the quality of your experience becomes your purpose. Like, choosing for me, like choosing to live near the beach, choosing to live in a certain area, choosing to run a business from home, choosing the kinds of foods I eat. You're manifesting your reality. And this card is about you having that understanding of what your purpose is. You know what you want. It's clear to you now. But you just need to let go. You need to let go and invest, right? This is just to follow on what we were talking about. Sometimes this card will come up when we're being a bit miserly, or we're holding on to our resources because we're too scared to invest. We're holding on to what we've got, just in case we won't get anything better. So it's almost like better the devil you know. But the problem with that is to risk nothing is to have nothing. You're at risk of losing out. So this is like there will always be competition around you. There'll always be people doing the things that you do. You're being called now to upskill, to invest in upskilling. And don't be afraid to do that. Yes, it's going to require an emotional investment as well, not just a financial investment, but an emotional investment too. If you want to grow, if you want if you want what you want, it's going to require you to let go of what you've got now or invest in something else to take your practice to the next level. Okay, that was for you. All right, next person. I'll come back to Instagram. I don't know if Nicole, can you just let me know if you're still there, and then I'll read for you. Let's see. Who else? Who shall I read for? Hi, Karen. Yes, open to messages. Hello, Karen. Lovely to meet you. So glad that you're here tonight. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. This wouldn't work, would it, if no one was here? It'd be pretty boring. I'd be reading for myself. Yes, thrilled that you're here. Okay, Karen, let's pick a card for you. Hello, Alicia. Lovely to see you. Big hugs, big love. Okay, Karen, this is for you. Oh, look. Okay. So you've got a major card here. So let's talk about this card first. So this card's about, all major cards, they are a rite of passage. What does that mean? These are psychological experiences that you cannot avoid having in your lifetime. The Chariot represents the carrier of experiences. You've been called not to avoid life, to start getting out there and experiencing life. It is a tantric card. This is about, experiencing life with all of your senses, going all in. Life isn't over yet, Karen. You've still got plenty of there's still plenty of gas in the tank. Go and explore. This is you feeling that you're being pulled in two different directions. Your instincts are drawing you to one area. Your conscious will is saying, making up excuses why you can't. I'm going to suggest that you trust your instincts, that you take a leap of faith and you trust the feeling, because you're being called to something. Now, when this card came up, I knew it was about a creative endeavor of some sort, or developing a skill. Karen, I wonder, what's coming up for me now is I wonder if you should go and explore the psychic arts. That's not by mistake, people who come on here, to listen to these lives. Most of you are very intuitive, and you believe in this sort of work, and you have a natural affinity for it. There's an openness to it. And this is what I'm getting for you, Karen. I feel like that you've got this, I just want you to imagine this cauldron, and you've got all of these skills, And this cauldron is like a bubbling soup. And I want you to throw all these ingredients into this cauldron and just let it simmer. Like, you've got skills there that you could use, that you could use to help other people. My feeling is that you would love to do this kind of work, and that it's possible for you. Absolutely. You could turn your hobby into like a craft if you make money from it if you wanted to. Life isn't over yet. It's just like, this is the carrier. Like, go and have experiences. Go and make it happen. Like, do it. Do the thing. Do it. Okay, that was your message. Excuse me. Hello, Nicole on Instagram. I'm going to read for Nicole on Instagram, but I will. Sorry for coughing and spluttering, everyone. I can't help it. It's just there. Who's this on? Yes. Okay. So Christy's next. But at the moment, no, Christy's after Nicole Louise on Instagram. Hi, Nicole. Lovely to meet you. Glad that you're here. And yes, would love to read for you. Okay. Oh, I feel like I can't breathe when I cough. It's not good. So I'm wondering how I'm going to go in the gym. Yes. I'm carrying like 20 kilos of fat on my body, but it's not like I'm 20 kilos overweight. It's just I don't have enough muscle. And she was piling the weights on me so I could feel this 20 kilos of fat. Christ. It was a good selling point. Look, I knew she was selling at me. I knew that was happening, but I think I wanted to be sold at. I was ready. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, I don't have enough muscle mass on my body. I agree. I know it. I pulled a muscle just taking the trolley was taking the pot plants down into my garden on the weekend, and I pulled a little muscle. My sore here. There's nothing. I did hardly anything. It was ridiculous. Anyway, okay. So, Nicole, this is for you. Oh, okay. So you've got 2 love cards here, Nicole. So the first card tells me that you've had a broken heart, or that you feel like you've been betrayed, and that your heart is still mending. And what you're really wanting is love. You're wanting commitment. This is the promise of it coming, but you've got to heal. You need to heal this heart, and this is going to require you to spend some time developing yourself, like working on your own personal being, like you getting stronger on the inside, getting to know yourself and know what you want, like befriending yourself and healing from the past. So it's not that this I'm not saying it's not possible that yes, you will. This is what's coming. But you've got to do some of this healing around your heart first. There's hurts there that need your loving attention. And so it's time to heal some of those hurts and maybe talk to someone, or maybe go and see a spiritual counselor. Or I love psychospiritual counseling. I think it's, counseling is really beneficial to have a spiritual component in there and to work with our soul and with our guardian angels. It helps us develop this inner resilience, I think, and this ability to be able to see things from a higher perspective. It gives us wisdom, and when I think of all the personal work that I've done, really it was when I was stepping into my spirituality. And I see this with my own clients, where the real healing starts to happen. Oh, you've just started holistic counselling. It couldn't be more perfect for you, Nicole. That couldn't be more perfect. Yes, it's really perfect. Doing that personal work is going to bring love. It's going to bring love to you. And possibly, now that you've just told me that, maybe relationship counselling is definitely on your agenda. If you feel strongly about that, that's probably the area that would be such a good fit for you. Yes. Okay, that's your message. So, Christy, now we're going to read for you. Hello, Facebook. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here. I'm going to read for Christy. So, for those of you on Instagram and Facebook, this Wednesday, my 9-month, it's now 9 months, tarot mentoring therapy. It's a tarot therapy mentoring and training program begins. I've got 2 seats still available if you'd like them. I'm going to start this Wednesday. And yes, if you've got any questions and if you'd like to become a professional tarot therapist, this is your course for you. It is an amazing course. You will learn about Jungian psychology. You will learn Counselling 101. You'll learn tarot psychology. You'll learn all of the psychological meanings to the cards, as well as all of the mythology too. And yes, the course is really for those of you that want to move away from fortune telling into the realm of tarot psychology. It's best practice. I'm going to be honest with you. It is best practice. And, you know, there is a culture of people sort of wanting quick answers. Give me a quick fix. Just, you know, monologue, just talk at me and fix my problems. Doesn't really work that well. The problem with that is that if the answers don't come from within, it's very difficult to integrate that information. In the tarot therapy training, what you'll learn is how to include your client's voice in the conversation so they then get to integrate that information and come to these insights, you know, from their own intuition and their own internal wisdom. That doesn't mean that you're not able to read the cards for them or come up with psychic information. But really, it's a 3-way conversation. It's you, your client, and the cards. It's not really just you monologuing, you know, at your client. They're not going to get the best reading. They won't. It's really, oh, people are going to get very upset with me when I say this, but it's a bit like ripping people off. You know, their voice, your client's voice is very important in the conversation. And yes, I encourage any of you who are readers to, you know, to think about best practice, really. So my course, we do best practice. That's what we're doing. It's an amazing course. It really is fabulous. I'll put the link in here. And yes, if you want to be taken seriously as a tarot therapist, I encourage you to jump in. Okay, Christy, this is for you. Yeah, so we meet every week for 9 months. Yes, every week, once a week for 2.5, 3 hours. And yes, you'll be doing your own therapy. You'll be doing your own psychotherapy as well as holding space doing therapy with your colleagues in that space too. And yeah, it's really good. It's a really great course. I'm very proud of it. And my clients are getting amazing results, personal and professional. Very happy. Christy, okay. 1, 2. Oh, Christy, okay. So we've got 2 major cards here. Major cards in the Mythic Tarot, or in any tarot, are really about rites of passage. These are psychological experiences that we all have in a lifetime more than once. You know, we experience them more than once. The High Priestess represents you learning how to develop rapport with your inner being. The High Priestess is all about your psychic awareness, getting in touch with your psychic being. This is about you tapping into your inner reality. This card is about your unconscious material, your personal unconscious material. What is that? Well, it's the material from your conditioning, from your relationship that you had with your parents, the way you were raised, the environment that you were raised in, and how that has impacted on your decisions, the choices that you make, the relationships that you have. And often it impacts unconsciously. We don't even realize that we're fulfilling these patterns or we're playing out these patterns of behavior. Persephone, this is her name, Persephone, the High Priestess. She brings up this unconscious material to our conscious awareness so that you can understand, so that you can see the patterns that are playing out in your life. So she brings this awareness to you. Think of her as being like the dreams that you have at night. Or are you ready for this? And we've all experienced this when you can't sleep. And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. And all your problems are coming to the surface. All the shit that you don't want to think about is coming up. The stuff that you've been repressing, that you've been holding back, starts to float up. float up into your awareness. So she's whilst she's a loving goddess, she's also a very dark goddess as well. She brings up the discomforts, the things that we don't really want to face, but it's relevant. She brings this information to your conscious awareness because it's supposed to help you grow. It's supposed to grow you. It's like a piece of the puzzle. And of course, you know what it's like when the sun rises after you can't sleep and finally the day, dawn breaks and you're like, oh, thank God that's over. Thank God that night's over. And the sun rises and you feel like you're back in sanity again. She is a nighttime goddess, meaning that she is about the dark being your inner world. This is about you connecting with your inner world, Christy, and the importance of that, and the developing your psychic abilities, developing your psychic awareness, and learning about yourself. This is about a new chapter. This is about you jumping off the cliff. Yes, we can see this is obvious, right? The fool is he is the eternal wanderer. He's the backpacker. He's kind of like taking a leap of faith. He's aimless, but he's not actually. There's an ordered chaos to his leaps of faith. And he is about taking a risk. He is about you taking a risk, you taking a leap of faith, jumping off the cliff and trusting your instincts, trusting the next step, allowing yourself to take that next step. And yes, we all, this is the opportunity for a new beginning, a new more vital version of you. If you take a leap of faith and you jump off that cliff, if you do the thing that you've been drawn to do, you want to take a risk. If you do it and you jump off the cliff, the next card, what comes after this, the rite of passage that comes after this is you being at a crossroads where you get to make a decision about what direction you're going to go in. So take a leap of faith. Take a leap. It'll all become clearer once you've taken that leap of faith. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself. You've got this. Okay. Whoa, I went a bit in depth on that card, didn't I? But we all love it, don't we? All secretly love it. Okay, so next person, Dave. Hello, Dave Bester. Nice to meet you. I'd really love to know if I'll win my human's rights. Whoa, okay, that's a big question. I didn't read that, did I? That's going to put me on the line, isn't it, Dave? Christ, better get that one right. Dave says, I'd really love to know if I'll win my human rights case against the Commonwealth, please. Oh, shivers. Did you have to throw me such an intense question, Dave? I should have read that more properly. Need to get on the board. Let's ask what Whisper has to say. Okay, so, well, let me just pick the cards and then I'll tell you what he said. You have put me on the spot there. Better get this right. I'm going to see the new comments. What has Dave said? Oh, it's for disabilities discrimination. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so what Whisper said before I'd even pulled the cards is he said you've already won. So I don't know what that means. He said you've already won, but you've put me on the spot. Whisper said, but he's put me on the spot. You've put me on the spot. Whisper's being like the energy of the board. Whisper, spirit, just whisper. So he's saying that you've already won. You've actually already won. But let's see what cards have come up. Yes. Okay. So this is a yes. This is a yes. This is you being handed. It's probably not going to be the perfect outcome. Okay. It won't be the perfect outcome, but you will get. This is a celebrate. Threes are celebratory cards. You need time to recover though. It's created a lot of stress for you. This is a recovery after conflict. You're going to need time to recover. And yes, this is a yes. This is a celebration. This is like finally you get what you want. But it doesn't come without some, there's going to be hard work. There will be some hard work, and you're going to need some time to recover as well. This is the card of recovering over difficulties, over conflict. My feeling is this has been huge. This is like a huge conflict for you. There's been, fighting, arguments, stress around this. Yes, it's mentally going to take a toll. Exactly. But this is the card of recovery and recuperation. So it is the card of like needing to unpeople, needing to just be careful about who you spend your time with, and yes, and to there'll be time for personal reflection where you go inwards and you process the events, the processing of everything that unfolded. Yes, but look, we've got the Three of Wands, so this is good. It might not be the exact outcome that you want, but it's a good outcome. Yes, it is a solitude card, Miranda. That's right. Exactly. Okay. Next person. All right. Hello, Colin. Oh, where have you gone? I've lost him. Ah, he's gone. Okay. Yes, it will go. It will go his way, Kayla. It will. Yes, Dave. I just think it's going to be a very stressful, and I'm not sure, like the outcome, you're going to get a good outcome. It's a celebratory card, but there's going to be work attached to it. There's still going to be some work attached to it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that will be. But you will get the answer that you want. You've already, it's Whisper saying you've already won. So you will get the answer that you want, but to get to get that fleece, to get exactly what you want is going to require some more work. Yes, Dave, you want to protect. Yes, so Dave's saying, and I want to protect other Indigenous staff from being treated poorly. Yeah, and that could be the next level of what it will require you to do. Then you take things to the next level. And yes, I don't think it's. Look, I think it's going to be quite stressful for you, but you're going to need to unpeople. Unpeopling. You don't want to be having other people's views and opinions contaminating your field. You need to, and that happens, sometimes when we go through difficult times, everybody wants to tell you their sad story that's similar to yours, and it can get quite weighted. It can get quite weighty. Yeah. Okay. So Colin? Here's Colin. Hi, Colin. I don't know what your question was. I wanted to read for you. Hello, Colin. Colin Costin. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'd like to read for you. How are we going for time? Okay. I've still got some time here. Oh, yes. Colin. So, so those of you who would like a reading, I've got my link above in this live, above the live. There's a link there if you'd love to have a reading with me. And I do astrology natal charts. I also do a solar return chart as well at the moment. I had that on offer. I haven't got it on my webpage yet. I've got so much work to do to get my webpage up. I'll have to contact my virtual assistant. It costs money, you see, to get it all done. At the moment, we're getting my new course. I'm getting a membership, not my new course, my tarot course. I've got a membership portal. So everything will move over to this membership portal that's yours for life. So all the content goes in there for life. It's yours, your membership. You go in there and everything is in there. You get to keep the content forever. Of course, why wouldn't you? You made the investment. I want you to keep it so you can best practice. You've got it all there. So that's what we're setting up this week. It's a bit of a task. No, I'm not doing it. My VA's doing it, but obviously it costs money to set it all up and stuff. Yeah, it'll be amazing, Miranda. Everybody's going to get their membership portal thing, and so that you can go in. But for the new people, it'll be like you'll be. Each week a content will drop in, so you don't get too overwhelmed, because I've done that before. I've overwhelmed people. Like I'm a bit of a turkey stuffer. That's how I call myself. I stuff it like a turkey because I get a bit excited. I've got a Virgo sun and a Gemini rising ascendant. Mercury on Mercury. It's all about details. I put a lot of detail into my work, which can overwhelm people. So I kind of need to drip feed people. Can't help it. Just love it, just love the details. I can get a bit lost in the details too, though, sometimes as well. Anyway, Colin, this is for you. All right. Colin. Excuse me. Oh, Okay, Colin, did you actually have a question? I don't know if you had a question, but you'd love a love reading on anything that I pick up on. Okay, Colin, right. So this tells me you've made a few poor mistakes in the past in terms of matters of the heart. I think it's very easy, isn't it, to get caught up. I think it's easy to get caught up in lust, right? It's easy to get caught up in the shiny object or someone who looks good or someone who, we can get sold to quite, well, I have in the past for sure. I'm sure many of you can relate to this. You could sort of want to believe the things that people tell you about themselves because, you want to see the best in people and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, this is the card of having made poor choices in the past in matters of the heart. And, the Lover's card in the Mythic Tarot is quite different to the Lover's card in the Rider-Waite. It's very different. In the Mythic Tarot, the Lover's card represents, it represents love triangles. It represents choices and having to make choices in the context of your long-term vision. Like, what do you really want? This is the question you want to be asking yourself in regards to relationship. What do you really, really want in a relationship? What are you truly seeking? In the story, Paris had to go and vote in this beauty contest. The gods asked him to do it because they knew that if they didn't vote for the most beautiful goddess, the other two would be left out, that they would be punished. These goddesses, they're dark. They would get really shitty with the gods and you'd meet the wrath of these goddesses. So they thought, we'll just get a mortal, we'll just get Paris to come in and he can do the voting. So that's what they did. So he came in and he had to give them this apple, this golden apple. And so Hera, I'm going to tell you the story because it's relevant. So Hera says, okay, well, if you vote for me, if you vote me as the most beautiful woman in the world, then I'm going to give you rulership over the world. And sorry, that's not Hera, that's Athena. This is Hera here. Athena said to Paris, if you choose me, I'm going to make you the greatest warrior that ever lived. And you will win all the battles. And Aphrodite said, well, if you choose me, and then she drops her gown and she's naked. And she says, I'll give you the most beautiful woman in the world. And he just short term, right? He wasn't thinking about the future. He was just in the moment. She's hot. I'm going for that. That's what I'm going to have. But a lot of trouble ensued from that because the most beautiful woman in the world was married. He didn't ask those questions. She was married to Menelaus, who was a very dangerous man and evil. And yes, he eloped with Helen, the face that launched 1,000 ships. He took her back to Troy, and that caused the downfall of Troy and the Trojan War. And Paris lost his life, and Helen walks out of Troy unscathed. One must be very careful with the decisions that they make in terms of matters of the heart. You don't want to be making the same mistakes. And sometimes when this card comes up, we're looking for our twin flame, right? We're looking for the perfect partner. But, more often than not, if somebody comes in for a reading and says to me, I feel like I've known him for years, like I've known his past life connection. I feel this connection. Usually there's a sympathetic resonance that's happening based on past trauma. Trauma bonding is more likely. I want you to be really wise, Colin. It's time to start thinking more carefully about the kind of relationship that you want. This is about putting a plan in place. This is about you focusing on your creative life, on you creating the kind of future that you want, putting a plan in place, doing the things that you love, which is more likely to create and to attract the kind of lover that you actually want, the kind of relationship that you actually want. And so, yes, Jason has just been in the cave having had audience with the Hierophant. And Jason has been told about his lineage. So he's been told, focus on your soul purpose, focus on doing what you love, focus on your creative endeavors, invest your time and your energy, put a plan in place for you to manifest your dream life. It'll happen. It'll happen, but you've got to put a plan in place to transition from where you are now to this next level of your journey. Okay, that's your message. All right. Okay, Colin says, I've met someone, but it's long distance. I can't see it. And she's a very lovely lady. I'm traveling to Vietnam shortly. Be careful, Colin. Be careful. I'm asking you to be careful. Okay, that's a sign. The Lover's card isn't the sign of like the perfect relationship. It's not. It's not. It's about being careful not to get caught up in old patterns of behavior. Yes, I remember you saying, Jason. Yes, I remember that. Jason said, I stopped that cycle. I had a number of lifetimes with Lilith, but no more. Okay. Yeah, all right. So I've read for you so many times, Carolyn. I think I'm going to give somebody else a turn. And I think I'm going to read for Christ. I don't know who to read for. Kayla. Hi, Kayla. Chick. Am I a chick, am I? Chick, I really need to know if everything will be okay with my bestie dude. I have a weird connection relationship with him. I miss him. Thank you. Okay. Emma, you're next. Emma, I'll read for you next. Stick around. Okay. Hello, Instagram, whoever's on. Lovely to see you. Lovely to be in your presence. Thank you. Okay, Kayla. Oh, I just burped. Sorry. Oh. 1, 2. Kayla. Let's see what cards come up. Oh, okay. Well, look. Got a couple of interesting cards here. Potentially contradictory, but we won't read it that way. So I want to start with the Devil card. So you really need to know if everything will be okay. Well, here's the card of the shadow. And I suspect that your friend is probably dealing with some issues right now, and that this is self-made. These are like, if you look in the Devil card, you'll see here that the little people in the Devil card have their collars. They've got a collar on them, but they can undo that collar at any point. This is this is the card of addictions, habitual patterns of behavior that we get addicted to, that prevent us from feeling into the discomforts of anxiety, shame, guilt, feelings that we want to avoid. People will often drink to avoid discomfort, smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke a lot and be sucking down grief and anxiety and all the things that I didn't like about myself and my relationship, how I was living, and it was like self-harming. There is a kind of that element to this card, of self-harm, the way in which we self-harm to prevent ourselves from being in the truth, in our true nature. And this is the card that represents our wild urges, our instincts, our human nature. We all, don't get shocked when I say this, we all shit, piss, fart, whatever. We do all of that. And it's about sort of not trying to pretend or cover over our flaws. It's really about coming to terms with those darker aspects. So, on the one hand, the discomfort that you might be feeling about, being disconnected from him or what's going on for him, whatever it's bringing up for you, you might want to look at that, Kayla. And then, of course, for him, he's going through his own purge right now. But the promise is, this is good luck. The promise is there's a good outcome. This is a good outcome. This is healing. And this is like space. And this is like having like clarity and getting clear, getting clarity about the next step, like clearing the decks. So it's a card of healing. It's the best way to describe it. Sometimes we think of this card as fortunate trips or going on a holiday that provides you with this sense of like connection and restoration and rejuvenation. He probably needs a break, just needs like some time out and some rest and life-giving experiences. Healing. Holidays are really good for that, aren't they? They sort of take, you can't run away from your problems, but they give you that space so that you can think more clearly. You can tune into yourself and back into joy and pleasure and the lightness, and so it kind of gives you a new perspective, and you can come back to the problem story with insight and with healing and with a sense of calm. So that's the message there for you, Kayla. Okay, so Chaley Atchwood, hello. Oh, thanks, Christy. I really appreciate that. Christy said, can I just say thank you again for your time and energy with my reading? I look forward to rewatching it. Wishing you well. Oh, that's lovely. It's nice to get someone thanking me. I appreciate that. We do put a lot of energy to show up here in the evenings. That's nice. I'm going to soak all of that in, Christy. Thank you. That's really nice. Thanks. Yes, I need some well wishes. I got my own shit going down. Definitely need some well wishes. Yeah, Christ. Anyway. Okay. Challie. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly. It could be Shelley, rather than Challie. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's pick a couple of cards for you. Yeah, so I'll just put another link in again whilst I've just got prompted by Spirit. Just pop that in there. There's a link for my 9-month tarot mentoring and training and mentoring. It is a tarot therapy course. It's for those of you who want to take tarot seriously, that want to stand out as a professional, moving away from fortune telling into a more professional practice, best practice, learning psychotherapy, learning counselling 101, learning, mediumship. We do mediumship in the course as well. And also learning the 78 sacred passages of the Mythic Tarot, learning about the mythology, learning about tarot psychology. We go deep on all the cards, and it is a personal personal journey. You'll go through your own personal transformation on the journey. Your life will change. It will. It's amazing how the cards unfold as we go on the journey, how relevant the cards sort of unfold to the journey that people are having. It's quite interesting, actually. Anyway, okay, Charlie, this is for you. Oh, 2 goddesses. I love that. Oh, this is great. Interesting. Okay, so I should add, just before I go on to that, my tarot training and mentoring starts this Wednesday. I've only got 2 seats left. If you want in, you need to message me or, sign up now. Do it now. Yes, so there is an easy pay option too. 9 months. You mean a small group of women. There's only 6 of us. It'd be beautiful. It'd be amazing. You are worth it. So now we've got the Queen of Pentacles here and the Queen of Wands, 2 queens. Okay, I feel with these 2 cards, let's start with the Queen of Pentacles. She came up in this reading. And this card, the Queen of Pentacles, as in the energy report for this week, the Queen of Pentacles represents your self-worth. This is about you valuing who you are. This is about you valuing your body, valuing your resources, valuing your time, your energy, and your money. This isn't about throwing money away. This isn't about hedonistic pleasures and just investing or just buying things for the sake of buying things. This is about using your resources to invest in you because you are worth it. This is the card of radical self-worth. This isn't about you being cheap on yourself. This is about you investing in you. Whatever you've been holding out on, stop it. Look after yourself, pleasure your life. What's the point of living if we're not giving ourselves some pleasure? For God's sake, eat the cake. Have a piece of, just don't have it every day, but eat the cake, or you could have it every day. Don't want to get visceral fat on your body like I've got now, but eat the cake. Let yourself have the good things. Open your heart and your mind to having good things in your life. Look, she's full-figured. Look, she's not a skinny goddess. Look at this. She's in touch with the bounties, the pleasures of life. She's in the sign of Taurus. Taurians love their art. They love beautiful things. They love having beautiful artwork around their house. And actually, many Taurians are artists as well. They're good with their hands. They're good at sculpting. They're good at making things weaving, making oils, making cosmetics, sensual things. They're in touch with their senses. Awaken your senses. Let yourself have it. So my guess is, okay, this is a guess because we haven't spoken, but my guess is, my feeling is, my instincts around this is that you have a vision for your future. You have a goal that you want to work towards. You've got a passion that you really believe in. And this is the card of staying the course. The message of this card is going in for the long haul. This is about the commitment, making the big commitment to your passion, to purpose. What are you waiting for? Why? Don't hold out on yourself. This is either you have committed to something now, and this is confirmation. It is not a waste of money. It's not a waste of time. Or this is a message to go and commit to the thing. Go all in. This is she has a loyal heart to her passion. In the story, she was married to Odysseus, and Odysseus was called to war. He had to go to Troy, and he was called to war, and she didn't know when he was going to come back. It turns out the war went on for 10 years. So during that time, she had to rule the kingdom and run the kingdom on her own with her only son. And in that time, all these suitors were vying for his seat. They wanted his throne. They wanted her as well, but they wanted his seat. And she did everything in her power to deter these men. She set up all these tasks that that she knew they couldn't complete. But they weren't wise enough. They weren't smart enough to realize that. So they would fail these tasks, and then that would be the end of them. But anyway, during that time, she was being told by everyone, people saying to her that your husband isn't going to come back. He's not going to come home, and you will not have him in your life. He's dead. She didn't believe that. In her heart of hearts, she knew he would return. She knew he would come home. The message of this card is that you know what you want. Trust your heart. Go all in. Don't be afraid to go all in. Make the long-term commitment. Anything worthwhile takes time. You've got to give it time. You've got to give it energy. If you truly believe in this, go all the way. That's how I feel about my business, for example. I'm not going to stop. It has its ups and downs. Everything has its ups and downs. It's all part of the learning. It's what builds this courage, this strength muscle within you. You've got to push through, meet the goal, get to the end. That's your message. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, yes. All right. Well, it's 7:37. I have to go, everyone. I've just loved being here tonight. Really loved our energy report. Who remembers it? I remember it. Let me repeat it to you. Value your worth. Value your worth. You are worth investing in. It's a massive yes. Do the thing that you're being called to. What you're seeing in your mind's eye, be the oracle. Let yourself trust it. Apollo is looking after you. He's guiding you. And the last card was the Hermit. Time is not going to stop for you. Get in there and do the thing. You're aging. We're all aging. We're all going to die. Don't waste time. Do the thing. This is it. This is the message for this week. I love this message. I'm all in. I'm so thrilled at this week's message. It's just so clear. Take a risk, everyone. Do what you love. You're worth it. You're worth investing in. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing evening, and I'll see you all next week. Can't wait for next week's live. I'll see you then. Take care, everyone.